you're welcome again to Life Chapters with Faith. If you are new here, I talk about real life stories and inspirations that encourages us and motivates us. So if you're following me so far, thank you so much. And if you are new and you just subscribed, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please do it to subscribe to this channel. So today we are going to be talking about the power of silence. I'm sure we have heard a lot about it. We've heard about silence is golden and all of that. But first, I want to share the definition of silence. Many of us just say silence, but we don't know what it actually means, or we don't know the definition. So today I want to share with us. So silence is the element in which great things fashion themselves together, that at length they may emerge full-formed and majestic into the daylight of life. Now you see that they may emerge full-formed. In other words, you have to be silent about some things. Allow them to emerge. Allow them to be fully formed before you share. Now, in the world of social media today, oversharing has become a norm. People tend to forget the value of privacy. A lot of people just put their life out there, their daily routine out there. I know social media, pays when you put a lot of content out there, but there's just some information that you shouldn't be sharing. You have to keep some things to yourself. Now, I'm going to talk about 5 major tips that you shouldn't put out there. The first one is your travel details. Now, you see some people, even as a family, the moment they leave the house, they bring out the camera. We're here, we're at the airport, we're now here, we're now there. Location is given at every point. That's very risky. You have to protect yourself by yourself. Now, putting all that information out there, people know that you are not around. The bad people can visit your house. I remember a family who did that, and before they came back, every valuable has been taken away because they shared their information, their travel details, their travel information as they were moving, they were sharing. So people know where you are already. So they knew that there were nobody at home, and they went to rob them and took away all their valuables. So you can just imagine, that's a devourer to me. You have just devoured yourself. So don't put out your travel information out there. Another information you should not share, allow it to be full formed, it's your relationship. Relationships are good, but allow it to be defined. Sometimes you don't even know where your relationship is leading, and you're already sharing. Oh, I'm seeing this guy. Oh, I'm seeing this girl. I don't really know where we are yet, but there's no but. Know where you are first. What if it doesn't lead anywhere? You've already shared all the information. People start asking, what's up with this guy? What's up with this girl? And then looks as if you are dating the whole world. So I don't think it's okay for you to put your relationship status out there while it's still not yet defined. And then marriage. Now, this really is very interesting because I remember a big sis a long time ago, not really a long time ago, just a couple of years ago. She's very beautiful. She was dating this guy, and she refused to tell her friends about it. She had this circle of friends, and they were mounted, So both of them, the guy and the girl, it's like this Beauty and the Beast. I didn't say that. So she refused to show her friends. She refused to tell them about the relationship. Why did you think she did that? Because she knew that she was very beautiful, and the guy is not really on the handsome side, and she's going to get discouragement. She's going to get things like, you're too beautiful for this guy. Why are you even dating him? So she kept everything secret. She didn't tell, most of her friends thought that she didn't even have a boyfriend until she was getting married. Guess what? When they saw the guy, as expected, you, as beautiful as you are, this and this and this and that. But they got married. She knows the person she's getting married to. But the people that were going to discourage her don't know the guy, So she could have lost that relationship. You're not going to marry Beauty. Somebody who's going to marry you, even though you're Miss World, So in order to avoid all that plenty talk, you can and not share until it's fully formed, until you can define it. And guess what? As at that time she was getting married and having kids, none of her friends were married. So you see, most of the time, people just want to remain the way they are. Let's just remain the way we are, like this. Nobody's moving forward. If I'm not moving, you are not moving. But life's not like that. We have to move forward. So don't share too much information about your relationships, your marriages, until you're fully sure. Another thing you should not be sharing are your goals. You have this idea you want to run with. You have this goal you want to pursue. Why don't you pursue first? Why don't you start? Why don't you execute that goal? Why don't you execute your idea before you start sharing? One, it's your opinion, remember? It's your idea, remember? Some other person might not buy the idea. They might like, oh, why are we even thinking about that? It's not going to work. I don't think people are going to buy it. I don't think people are going to look into it. You're just going to fail in this, your idea. But it's your idea. You know how you better the idea. So don't share until you execute your goals, until you execute that idea. Leave some things into the imagination of people. Don't bring the cake out of the oven if it has not yet baked. Leave some things the way they are until you are ready to share. I remember a friend who was telling me that she shared with her friend how she was pregnant and the journey of her pregnancy, and the friend was angry with her, like, how come you're just telling me? You're telling me when you're 3 months gone. What happened since? I'm like, hello, excuse me, really? You should have just told them the moment you went to the hospital and found out you were pregnant. It's 3 months. Some people, you don't need to share. Pregnancy is not even something that hides itself. Let it show by itself. If you want to share, fine. But I don't think you should bash somebody because they didn't share that with you. Some information are vital. Don't forget that there's still values of privacy. Respect people's privacy. If they don't want to share, don't ask. It's for their own good. Maybe they have reasons to that. I think you should respect that. Another thing is, don't share controversial and political opinions outside in the public. I'm saying this because I witnessed, not really witnessed, I know there was a school where I was posted to for my GCE back then, and the principal of the school was arrested. Why? Because when he was outside he was with a group of people, and then he started talking about the then president, Abacha. He was just talking, not knowing that some people that were around him were SSS. So they cramped him. They arrested him and he was in prison for 3 months. So because during that time of the exam, people were asking, where's the principal of the school? So the news went round that he has been arrested because he was talking about the then president. So it's risky to just say some things. Keep mute. Sometimes silence is golden. Okay? So there are some things that you also should not share. Your past mistakes. I think this is the 5th one. Your past mistake. Don't bring it. You have moved on. I could think that by the time you made that mistake, you beat yourself to it, you felt bad, you wish you didn't do it, and then you tried so hard to move forward, and then you have moved past it, and then something came up again, then you have to talk about it. You have to share. You don't have to share your past mistakes. People are not going to understand because they weren't there. Now, humans are very judgmental. You're going to be judged. You're going to be bashed. They're going to castigate you. You didn't have to do this. Why did you do that? Oh, you shouldn't have. Remember, it took you a while to move past it. Now, sharing again is going to bring back all the pain, all the memory, and people bashing and judging you. It's going to bring so much unpleasant feelings to you. And trust me, you don't want that, right? You don't want that. So there are just some things you keep that you don't need to share. There are some things you just need to about and move on. People will get to see it later, okay? So you don't have to just say it out. Even the Bible talks about it. Now let me share one verse with you. In Proverbs 12 verse 23, the Bible talked about a prudent man conceals knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaims fall. A prudent man conceals knowledge. In other words, you don't speak too much. You don't speak too much about the things you know. Okay. Now another one said in First Thessalonians 4 verse 11 to 12 says, and make it your ambition to live a quiet life. You should mind your business and work with your hands, so that your daily life may win the respect of outsiders, and so you will not be dependent on nobody. What the Bible saying here? Keep some things to yourself. Mind your own business. Don't overshare. By the time they eventually know, by the time it comes to a full formed, by the time it comes to a full term, by the time it emerged together, then you could share. Then people begin to see it. Then people will respect it. Okay? Now, if you share too much and it doesn't get full formed, full term, too much pressure, questions are going to be coming that you may not want. Okay? So these are the 5 things that I just wanted to share with us that we shouldn't be sharing. Silence is powerful. Silence is golden. I think we should practice that. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you find this video very insightful, please share, help me share, like, subscribe, and if there are other things that you think we should know that we shouldn't share, please leave that in the comment section. I appreciate the growing together, the subscribing. Thank you so much. I love you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao.